Welcome to the Torque and Horsepower Podcast. I'm your co-host, Eric Herbert.
And I'm your co-host, Alex Stursa. Today we have Sarah Herbert in with us.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, it was a long walk.
It was.
Yeah.
Just down the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We had some good banter. I hope we recorded that. It's on there. Like, have to do an outtake. Anyway. So, tell us about yourself. Where were you born?
So I was born in Hilo, Hawaii. We were there for about 2 or 3 years before we moved to Botswana, Africa.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you say Hawaii or Hawaii?
Hawaii?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then we were there for about 2 or 3 years. My dad was in education, so he was working at one of the colleges there. We did the whole safari. We did the whole had a maid.
Oh, shit.
Everything that you kind of see packed into that.
Didn't you have guards, too?
Not at the house, but in front of the restaurants. Whenever you went camping, you had guards with guns. That's where my mom would find me. So maybe that was actually my first time I actually was around guns, probably then.
Was it with the Maasai?
I don't know if they were Maasai, but maybe. And then we moved to, good old Stockton, California.
I was just there.
That's
a shithole.
Yeah.
That's all I was telling these guys. Haley was like, we laid down to go to bed, and the kids were playing on their iPads, and Haley was like, no sounds on the iPads, and there's like sirens and just chaos outside, and they're like, Mom, we don't have any sounds on. I was like, that's Stockton, Haley.
Yeah, no, that's like
that's ambient noise.
Yeah, it's ambient noise.
They have some cool stuff out there, the Garlic Festival, the Asparagus Festival.
Great Wolf Lodge, that's where we were at. That was fun, yeah.
So that wasn't around back then.
Yeah.
No. And then moved here in 3rd grade, so 1992. Moved here and haven't left.
Like I almost graduated high school.
Oh, I was born in 92.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Same here. We're young over here.
Yeah.
Just like...
I go with Eric's story better. He almost graduated, so you're young. Yeah.
No, it was good. Then I went to live in London for about 6 months in 2005.
Oh, okay. How was that?
That was awesome.
Was it?
I went out there on a student visa, and my sister was already out there living. She was in the process of her first marriage. And so
How many are we on?
Yeah. And I still, I was able to move into like a house with like some Aussie Kiwis, South African. I worked at the North Face store. I partied my ass off. I had a lot of phenomenal experiences out there.
I bet. It sounds like a real good hippie fest at the North Face store.
Oh, no, that place. I didn't hang out with any of those people.
Oh.
I was thinking about that the other day. I think I was not cool enough to hang out with them, so I just hung out with...
Yeah.
I drank wine, ate curry, and...
You ate curry?
Oh, yeah, there's a little curry spot above us.
That's like the one food that I can't stand. I love all other food, but curry, I just can't do it. It's the smell.
No, it was good. Maybe it's because it wasn't like either made by the Indian or...
Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I've probably never had... the last time I had curry was in Fallon. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Probably.
Might not be a good sample.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be Indian, but it's just, maybe don't have like the right ingredients.
Yeah.
That's
possible.
Curry does stink.
It does, yeah.
But it's good.
I cook it with a shower cap on.
Why?
Because it makes your hair smell.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't need.
Over you.
I do that with. I don't have to wear a shower cap when I cook ribs because I want the smell of the rib.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't like to smell like food.
So you're just in the kitchen with the fucking shower cap on.
Breakfast, I'm making bacon. I'm going to the shower afterwards.
Oh, there you go.
I'm the same way. I have to change after I eat or cook breakfast.
Really?
I can't stand the smell.
Huh.
I don't like the smell of food on me after I cook.
Oh, really?
Or on people.
Yeah, it's
gross. I dated a girl from, what was that one? Wasn't she from Taylor that smelled like waffles? You remember her?
Drew can't keep a straight face.
I remember Alex.
Yeah. See? I'm not shitting you. She smelled like waffles.
What, I mean, like buttermilk?
Yeah, like buttermilk,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, kind of like if you were to walk into an IHOP or something. That's kind of what she smelled like, yeah, without the meat. Yeah, just a waffle. Yeah.
Waffle House is better. Have you been to Waffle House?
I have been, but they serve grits there, and that shit sucks.
Waffle House, I've had the best experience at a Waffle House.
Yeah.
We were in Mississippi, and that a few years ago, and I swear this place was jacked up. Somebody was either ODing in the bathroom,
oh yeah,
or
absolutely,
having a stroke, and all the workers were pissed off, and they were just yapping about it. It was one of the best experiences.
All the cooks are smoking cowboy killers. There's a dude selling meth. They're a good time. Yeah.
I'd go there anytime. No, I've been here since. I've always had the intention of wanting to leave, thinking that this was not where I wanted to be. But
you met Herbert?
I met Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's why I stayed.
Yeah.
I met Herbert.
It's not a very good reason.
No, I met Eric in 2010, right before.
No, we're still talking about your, back up,
where else
London,
did I go?
London. Then you went to
running the bulls. I did that. I didn't.
Oh, you did the running the bulls?
I didn't run with them.
I want to see it, but I don't want to do it.
I did the tomato throw.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's more my style. Yeah, the whole physical
sangria.
exercise thing. Really, I don't want to run for my life.
No.
Yeah.
No, I puked sangria and threw tomatoes. It was fantastic.
That sounds like a good time. That seems like something I would do.
What else did I do back then? That's it. And then
You got a scholarship to UNR.
Oh, well, that was high school. I got the Millennium Scholarship. Which
okay.
was actually still a good scholarship.
Yeah.
I went and did my my first degree, my art degree.
Oh, okay.
Which I have paid off all of that student loan, by the way. And recently, actually, which is unfortunate, because I think I graduated in 2006. So that took almost
decent
20
amount
years.
of time. Yeah. Is the Millennium one the one that John Esquaga did? What was
the tobacco gambling one?
No, yeah. No, he sponsors he used to sponsor a big scholarship.
No,
I think it was
Nevada.
Yeah,
This is state of Nevada.
Yeah,
like for tobacco gambling. Like
yeah.
Money suit. I thought. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Free money.
Yeah, free money.
I was in the last area. Like you could have a certain GPA.
Right,
and
right.
I met that GPA.
Perfect.
And the GPA raised.
Yeah.
I never would have made it.
Yeah.
That's actually almost all my schooling. Like I'm pretty sure I just slid in at the very last second.
There you go.
Art degree, nursing degree, masters. I just slid.
Yeah.
I kind of consider myself. This is probably not PC, but like the minority.
Yeah.
Group being allowed to be in.
There you go.
Not of color.
Yeah. Just.
Oh, you're a
Probably not
diversity
color.
hire?
You're a diversity hire.
DIE.
Yeah.
DEI Friday.
Yeah.
It's Monday though.
And then I went in for my associate's nursing degree. Well, actually, I'll back up. So I originally got into healthcare I was thinking about this the other day, at lifeguarding at 15 over at Wild Waters.
Oh, that's a good place. Great place.
Yeah, you don't rely on the lifeguards there.
No.
I mean, maybe not when I was doing it.
Yeah. They tried to kick me out one time, but I stayed.
No, just sunglasses, and then you just turn your head like this. You don't have to be asleep or awake.
Yeah,
that's not where I would want my... At the time, I would not have wanted my children there to be safe.
Somebody will save them.
Somebody. Well,
Yeah.
Hopefully you.
Yeah.
And then I went into ski patrol in 2000, my basic EMT in 2005, ski patrol at Mount Rose. Did that for a few years, got into nursing school over at the community college in 2010 when I met Herbert.
A few years? You were in ski patrol for like 10 years.
No, 6.
8?
5, 6.
8?
No.
You were still ski patrolling when we were dating.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
You were. You're like,
you were probably ski patrolling then when we were going up snowboarding there.
Yeah, I was probably telling you guys to knock the jumps down, and then I was on a snowboard, and so you guys would just laugh at me.
Right.
I was trying to be cool.
I learned how to ski for the first time last year. It was rough.
Pizzas, french fries?
Yeah, I did backwards pizza all the way down the mountain until I crashed.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Twin tips. That's where it's all at.
Haley's like, pizza. I was like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. As I was like, all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, like throw your toppings on it. Pepperoni, cheese, with sauce, without
I get to the bottom. She's like, you didn't pizza. I was like, I fucking tried to pizza. That didn't work out.
My nutsack has a tear in it now.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Once I figured it out, skiing was fun, but I still like boarding better. But skiing was fun to learn.
But did you guys were always snowboarding before?
Yeah, we always snowboarded. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it. I haven't been doing it for a long time, but I think I just feel too old now. And I'm Bluebird.
No,
I
we
wanna
did.
go on Bluebird
There's
days.
nothing wrong with being Bluebird. We
Yeah.
we haven't had time
No.
to do shit. And when we did have free time, it was snowing or raining.
Yeah.
Which would be considered the time to go. Well, minus the rain.
Yeah.
To go snowboarding
No.
or skiing. No, and then I did school for my nursing degree, my ADN, from 2010 to 2012, and started working at a local hospital in the ICU. And then I didn't like that at all. It was fun, but it just wasn't my group of people.
Right.
And then I went into the ER kind of the black sheep crowd, which was exactly where I needed to be. Did that for quite some time, and then eventually got back into school for my bachelor's for nursing, and then went into my master's of nursing. That's what
Right on.
So poor Herbert's been with me for my whole educational degree, as he says.
Yeah.
I've never stopped going to school since he met me.
You've been in school for 10 years.
And now she's wanting 3 days a week.
Yeah. And I'm paying my own student loans, by the way.
Yeah.
Already.
And I don't want a handout. I mean, I'll take it.
I'll
but
take it.
I'm
I
not
mean, if you're
asking for
giving it, I'll take it. But
Biden, thanks.
yeah.
But I'm not going to ask for it.
So now you have your master's. You're working at a local hospital, or you're working at local practice, or
Local practice, and I love it. It's about a 25-minute drive from us. I've been there since 2021. I love doing it. It's family practice, so I get to see kind of a pretty big array of people.
Right.
I've got little babies that I've seen since they've been, I think, like 3 days, and I get to watch them grow up, which has been
That's really
pretty
cool. Yeah, that's
to
super
see their
cool.
encouragements.
yeah.
And then my older population, and talking to them about what do they really want to do. Like when you get diagnosed with something that's pretty rough, cancer, or when you get kind of family that wants to keep a patient going, and the patient is like, I'm
Doesn't want to.
done.
Yeah.
You have those conversations, and I thoroughly enjoy those. I enjoy talking about weight loss and depression and helping patients kind of overcome things that maybe nobody really helped them with because they didn't give them the time of day.
Right.
And that's what I want to do. I just want to give somebody the time of day.
So is that something you want to do? Is keep working at like a small practice like that and not a hospital then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed my time.
Yeah.
Blood, guts, poop. Not a fan of phlegm, like
Yeah.
tricks. But yeah, phlegm. Blech.
Yeah.
No. But no, I got to see somebody crack a chest open.
Oof.
I've put my fingers in bullet holes or knife holes. I've seen an intubation tube go through and looked here for it. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
That's gross.
That didn't work out for them.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, the human body's awesome. And then what we're doing to it is even cool too.
Yeah.
Like we're making some robots out there. We're keeping people alive.
Yeah.
Where they should.
It just reminds me of Talladega Nights when he's like, they put a pig heart in a guy and they're like, did he make it? He's like, no, he died. But it's just cool that they're doing it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's what I got.
Now they're growing in a lab setting pig body parts with a DNA mod so that they won't be rejected.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
They started those transplants.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how they mix or fuck with the code, but they're growing a non-rejectable heart.
That's weird.
Right, they haven't done heart yet, but it's like liver, kidneys, shit like that. That's now, it's like it doesn't have a barcode on it when they transplant it, so that the body's like, oh, that's just your average kidney.
Right.
But there's hope. There's some scary stuff happening too. But what's your wheelhouse?
Are you seeing any kind of trends, I guess, that are popular right now in the healthcare?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, weight loss management with medications are happening. Everybody's. I don't know if I necessarily would say that everybody's looking for the easy way out, because I don't think weight loss is an easy way out. We talk about surgical, like gastric bypass or those gastric surgeries, and those are tough. I mean, I think a lot of society goes, oh, well, that's just an easy way out. Get bypass surgery, and your stomach is this big, and you don't have to. That's easy. You lose all your weight. That's a total lifestyle change. Everything about your life will change. How much you eat, what you can eat, what you can drink, and so now a lot of the diabetic medication pharmaceutical companies are coming around, and they're doing injectables or they're doing pills. Currently, a lot of those companies, insurance is only going to cover it if you're diabetic.
Right.
Which is good and bad. I'm more on the side of maybe we need to look at trying to help people get healthier faster so that we don't have to pay for the long-term effects, whether they get diabetic or not. Joint, replacement for somebody who's 300 pounds is rough. So if we can try to fix their weight and then maybe do a joint replacement, that'd be better. But if you're not diabetic, that's not on your bucket list. You can get a gastric bypass. So Ozempic's out, Mounjaro's out, Wegovy. I think Zepbound's another one that's out for the injectables. Rybelsus is a common one that's known for the oral medications, but people aren't getting covered by insurance. And so they're either spending a ton of money. You're looking at $200 every month for however long, and then ideally you should really be on those medications almost your whole life. Because once it's a medication that turns off that messenger that says, okay, I need to eat, I'm hungry, I want to eat. Once you turn that off, you decrease your eating, then people don't eat right. The first thing they grab is typically carbohydrates. Well, what we really want you to do is grab your vegetables and grab your protein.
Right.
Otherwise, you look emaciated. Your body's going to steal from your muscles. It's not going to steal from the fat yet, and you just start losing that muscle mass. Then you get off that medication because you go, oh, I'm right where I want to be. I'm really happy. And that messenger gets turned back on.
Right.
And so you think, like, oh, I'm doing exactly what I used to be doing. And you start eating again, and all
you're
going to
gain that weight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really goes back into lifestyle modifications. I'm all for, like, if I can get you meds, I'll do it. I'll do whatever I can. But you have to start with your diet. We got to change the way that you exercise. I don't care if your exercising is going to the gym. If doing lunges in your backyard is something that you enjoy, more power to you. If dancing in your living room is what you enjoy, more power to you.
Right.
Find something that you like.
Well, it's weird, especially, I don't know if it's like a food thing in the U.S. or what, but like even being at the resort that we went to this weekend, like they're not just like a little bit thicker people. Like they're morbidly obese people were everywhere. But then when we went to Europe this last year, the only morbidly obese people that were there were Americans.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else, and they're eating pizza. They're doing all kinds of things there. I don't know if it's a different, something in their food or like something that's in our food, whether it's preservatives or anything like that. But there's definitely a stark difference between the two.
They have a lot less cars.
Yeah.
And
they did. We fucking walked everywhere.
Yeah. They have a lot less cars.
Yeah.
That really, and you're right, Eric, it's totally a lot less cars. And so when you're not able to drive everywhere, I've totally caught myself in the situation that if I'm at the local mall and I need to go and I'm over by, I don't know, Orvis or whatever, and I need to go all the way to Starbucks, I'm going to get in my car and drive to Starbucks. Where if I just took 5 minutes to walk, I could probably walk there and walk back.
Right.
But we don't do that. Everything is, unless you're in a small city, well, it's a large city, but in your more metropolis like New York, then you're walking a lot more. You're walking a lot,
yeah.
Just because it's going to take you longer to drive. But I definitely think that you were seeing a significant increase in the size of people and the weight gain because everything, and we've gotten so busy.
Yeah.
We've gotten so busy. It's so easy to grab fast food, or it's really easy to grab that preservative meal, and you don't think about what you're putting in your body. You're just trying to give yourself fuel, but we don't want fuel to taste like fuel. We want fuel to taste good and taste.
But when you're in Italy, like there might have been 3 McDonald's and no Burger King, no Carl's Jr., no Taco Bell.
And back to that walking thing. Like if it was within a mile, you could get an Uber, but it was faster to walk that mile than it was to get the Uber. You're going to wait 45 minutes to get an Uber and walk over there.
And if you went to go get lunch, someone was in the back making it.
That's the thing,
It didn't come out of a package.
And I think that's one problem, like in my industry, that's really big, is guys are waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and they're not getting home till 7 or 8, and they're just, stopping at Maverick or whatever, and they're getting Maverick burritos, they're getting, energy drinks, they're getting all this stuff that they're just putting in their body, and it's apparent, you can see it in them, that they're not in good shape. And not even the fact that they're not in good shape, they don't look healthy. Like, you can see it in a person when they look healthy. Like, you can be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, and still be healthy, but you can see it, like, their complexion is bad, they look drained. And I think in the trades, that's one thing that needs to be addressed, is it's not a healthy lifestyle right now.
No, and they're not getting time to exercise either. They're not getting time to... Like, I'll even just tell my patients, I don't care if you only get 5 minutes. Like, the guy, I've got some long haulers, and I just tell them, get out of your truck when you go to the Lowe's and walk around it. Or Love's.
Love's, yeah.
And walk around it. Just take those 15 minutes. And I've got one guy, he's doing it. He's lost weight. His wife's getting on board, and he's just happier. But it took a while. And honestly, it really took somebody to sit down and listen to him.
Right.
Like, that was his deal. It wasn't news to him. It was just that I sat down and I said, what in your life, tell me about your life. Tell me about what you need. And I think that's the other thing is we are so stuck on going back into like, what are we doing as a community? We're so stuck on like, here's the next, quick fix. That we're not sitting down and trying to figure out how can we make the different things in your world work for what you have.
Yeah. And even for me, it was a step that I had to take. Like in the morning, I try to get to the shop at 6. I take between an hour to 45 minutes, and sometimes I work out really hard, and sometimes I don't work out that hard. I'll watch Top Gear instead. But it's one of the things, like getting up and making yourself do something and just doing it a little bit. I lost almost 30 pounds, and even just like sleeping during the day, I feel better. Like, it's just one of those things that just, and my job's already really physical, but that's just my job. So I know I have to do it. Whereas this is something that I'm pushing myself to do, and you just do something. And I think it makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, where's your exercise at?
Yeah, Eric.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. Once you're on that tee, bro, you're going to be ready to fucking do something.
My exercise might be...
Yeah.
Hey, you can hang out with me in the garage.
Those salamander push-ups you're going to be doing here real soon.
They call it like the horizontal mamba.
Yeah.
I was asking him if he still had his mountain bike, because I was saying once he has,
I do.
if he has a little energy, I'm totally game to go after
I do.
work.
I would like to mountain bike.
I think it'd be great.
Make it happen.
I'm a downhill mountain bike kind of guy. That's
totally.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Gravity's my friend, so I'll do that. Yeah.
I'll go slow up the hill. Like, I'll get there. And then
Maybe not me.
And then, phew.
Yeah.
I was more road bike.
Road
I really
bike?
I used to go up Geiger Grade, Mount Rose.
You're the Geiger
Washoe.
Grade people.
Yeah, I love it.
But
It was such a rush.
You're like fucking honking.
What, try not to fucking die on your way up?
Get in the bike lane. Get in the bike lane.
You don't even pay attention to the bike lane. I'm like,
Yeah, me neither.
Move over. He just stays right
Yep.
there on the right.
As a kid growing up, that was the if someone was in a bike on the road, that was my dad's goal. To if there were any sort in the road,
Get him back in the bike lane.
oh no, yeah, and he would purposely slow down in his diesel pickup,
Yeah.
turn it all the way up, let off, make sure there was no turbo boost set up. There's all the lag, just lay into it and just
Roll
pile.
call.
Yeah.
All that fresh air.
They just got,
Yeah.
He taught him that lesson to make sure they got off
Yeah,
the road.
they just got lung cancer.
Yeah.
I thought bike riding was healthy.
Yeah.
It should be.
That was a good one. I used to run Mount Rose Highway before I met
Yeah.
you. Yep.
I'm like the weirdest, slowest runner of all time, so it just, I don't run.
Do you have strides? Like, do you have like at least a length?
I have a little bit of length, but then my body just does like all this goofy shit, and it's just really slow.
Your
and
body's totally different
yeah,
than
it
your
just
lower
does
body.
not run. Yeah, I know my kids are always like, "Let's play soccer and let's do all this stuff," and it just doesn't work.
I'll be
Yeah,
the ref. I'll carry the ball.
yeah, yeah. I don't understand it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so hot rods or guns, you pick.
Oh, like hot rods, like my minivan, or hot rods?
you don't have a minivan.
Well, no, I used.
Well, you can
well,
roll
I
it.
used to.
Roll in
What
it.
are some cars you've had?
Yeah,
Yeah,
roll into the car story.
I got some bitchin' cars.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, everybody's. It's like a soccer mom dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I had in high school. I grew up with two really cool cars and a Isuzu pup truck.
I want one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You
Yeah, I
should
do.
totally get one.
Yeah.
There they got the really cool seats that fold down this way in the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was a decent one. It wasn't bad. It was I was so excited because it was a truck and I thought that was badass. And then we also had a white Chrysler minivan.
Yeah.
That one was really cool. I got
That was
one.
really cool.
I eventually got. I mean, and I used to, as a kid, I washed those things and I detailed those things. Like that to me was gold. Like
Right.
we didn't have cool cars,
Gonna
so
need
I
one
was
of these.
gonna clean these really good. And I had some stories with the van. We used to, without my parents knowing this, I was driving it to high school. So in the Galena High School, it's a pretty big parking lot. And I would let my friends who didn't have driver's license drive it.
Right.
And they would slam it into
Makes sense.
drive, right? You know, this is a good idea. Go as fast as they could and then slam it into reverse. And I'm not really sure, you guys would probably know better than I would how that affect the transmission. Yeah.
Yeah, we would do the opposite.
Yeah.
Go reverse.
You got to go reverse it first, and then you get the
Hammer
burnout.
down.
Yeah.
No, this was
that was the
definitely-
teardrop burnout.
Yeah.
that was-
No, but I mean, you know, for a while though, that van, if it would take a left turn, it would stall. So every time we pulled into our housing community, it would stall. So I'd have to like turn it back on mid turn, or going up Mount Rose Highway.
Oh,
it would do.
that's a
stall
good
out
place
on
for
the
that to
hairpins.
happen. Yeah.
I never got hit, but I wasn't really sure how that happened.
Yeah.
It's like it's got to be going from drive to reverse. I don't know. I can't remember if like we were fishtailed it when he did that, but it was also a dude that I was kind of crushing on, so I was hoping that would
gross.
benefit it.
You dated someone before Eric?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
I wouldn't have driven your
Let's not talk about
minivan.
Lemon.
Next subject.
Like, do your parents have any other cars?
I think he got you in a better line of cars since
Yeah.
then.
Dude.
Well, not when we met.
No, when we met, I had a Dodge. I love this car. I had a Dodge Neon.
Oh my
four-door.
God.
That car was amazing. Because that car still got me everywhere I needed to go. It was my mom's old car, so it was very clean, no scratches. It looked really, nice upholstery. It was that fabric upholstery. Really good.
Really nice. Yeah.
That gold velour. It matched my grandmother's couch.
Yeah. You can see the disdain in his face.
Oh, no, I told him, I'm like, I'm going to get... So that's how I threaten things.
You have to
I'm
turn
gonna
the-
go get a Dodge Neon. And he's
Right.
like, no, you will not. We'll get
You had to turn the air conditioning off to get on the freeway.
So
That's-
it wasn't an SRT4 with
No,
a turbo.
No.
no.
That's what
That was a base model.
Haley, because I've always been into pickups and stuff, but she never has been into vehicles at all. And she's like, well, I had a boyfriend one time that had like a sports car, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was taking a drink, and I was like, what was it? And she's like, oh, he had a Mazda Miata. And I was like, what? Like a sports car? She's like, yeah, it was really fun and quick. I was like, oh my God, girl, we have such a long way to go.
111 horsepower is not sporty.
No, it may only weigh 2,000 pounds, but we got a long way to go here.
I
that
tried
was
to date
more-
another
more-
guy. No, you're good.
That was more gay than sporty.
That's what I said.
You tried to date another guy?
I had a crush
Ew,
on,
what?
I know, I had a crush on another guy, but he was like a Subaru. So I
Drew probably knows him. Yeah.
It was the off-road rally race. He wanted the off-road rally race, and so I was
So his car
all
was always
excited about
broken?
that.
Yeah.
And no, I think it was a blue Subaru, but that's when I got
Drew
into my
definitely
mechanic.
knows him then.
She was my mechanic was a girl, and I was going to work for her.
She didn't hardly love women.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, but she was
Right,
badass.
Celeste.
Yeah, Celeste. She
Yeah.
was
Yeah, no,
badass.
I know Celeste.
And I talked her into it, and she's like, well, if you can figure out how to get a car and you want to work for me, then we can
Oh,
do a rally
perfect.
car. Yeah, that lasted about a week.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't think I want to do this. I just think I wanted to try to get into the passenger side of that car. And
Yeah.
that wasn't my deal. But no, then I...
Was Celeste or the dude?
The
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, the dude.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
good.
We're just, pinpointing things at the
Yeah,
moment.
you're just trying to get the roadmap.
Just get the
See
whole
where it
picture
all
here.
is
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you do women's rugby in college?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So the only thing I did for that
Is it
was
rugby or rug munch?
Yeah.
well, it was rugby. So I was in this stupid English class, and this chick came up to me, and she's like, "Well, do you want to try out for rugby?" And I thought, "Well, yeah, shit, I don't even know what it is. Let's go."
Right.
I fucking didn't know what it was.
Rugby's a tough sport.
I don't even want to play soccer.
Yeah.
Like, I played water polo, but that
Right.
was swimming, and then the ball would get thrown at your face, and you had
Right.
like earmuffs on. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Water polo seems not fun either.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
rugby. Like,
Not
I don't
fun.
even know where I was going.
Yeah.
I think I saw rugby, beer,
Yeah.
party, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I fucked my knee up on that. I had a few other problems that came out of that year too, but we're gonna stick with just the knee.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. It was fun. Would never do it again. And now I understand rugby now.
Right.
That's cool.
I still don't, but it doesn't look fun.
It's a lot of
Physical.
yeah,
Yeah.
lot of grabbing and all wrong places.
What the fuck was that?
Just a board falling down. It's fine.
Way to go, Herbert.
Things are falling apart. No, so going back to the cars, and then after I got with Eric, after he made me sell the Dodge Neon.
Well, so I have to back up.
So then we're
I'm-
gonna start going into what Eric has made me do. This
Yeah,
is the next
yeah.
chapter of my life.
we were dating, and like I was like, "Hey, have you ever got an oil change? You ever service this thing?"
Yeah.
She's like, like let's pull this thing in the garage and do some filters, oil change." I fired this thing up, and there was bubbles of steam and water coming out next to the spark plug.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So
I never
I
saw
was
it.
like, well, I'm going to change oil, and then we're going to put this thing on Craigslist. 'cause
Yes.
I'm not going to put a cylinder head on this.
Yeah.
when you don't lift the hood, you don't have to worry about this kind of
That's
thing.
Haley's entire life.
It's like water
Goal. Yeah.
boiling out of the cylinder head.
So then when'd you get me in?
Oh, I had this great idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Lots of great
you're going to be a
ideas.
Lots of
nurse,
good-
at the ER, and, you're going to make some decent money.
Oh,
so
yeah. Lots
should
of
totally
money.
put you into a BMW, and it was a
Hot girl shit.
Yeah, hot girl shit.
It was a
No,
it was
the
a
worst
fucking
car.
great car.
Yeah.
One of the best driving BMWs
And it was
we've
not the
ever
greatest
owned.
car. No, it was not.
Was not
It
reliable.
left me in California twice.
Oh, this is that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is that one.
This
On a
is
Sun-
the
on a
first
Sunday.
of that one.
Oh, okay.
I think
on a
we've had
Sunday.
a second one that did that too. Oh, I like signed off on BMWs. I was like, no, I'm never getting one of those things. They're pieces of shit. You can't even cross a state line. Like, it knows it wants to stay here. This is before California started going up in flames, and
Right.
it already knew. Like, it had like understanding that this was going to be a bad idea, and it just no. The minute it got over there, it hung out, and then when you would drive it back, it just took a shit. Sorry,
out.
the road. We thank God we had friends that had trucks that could drive trailers, so we would just sit there and wait, call them up, they'd come get us.
Yeah, because you can't get a tow truck in Auburn at 5 on a Sunday.
No, you can't.
They're like, no.
No.
What was that? 335i? Or-
Yeah, 335 X
Silver?
Drive.
Oh.
That car was awesome. That thing would turn any corner you pointed it at. It just wouldn't make it back from California.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's a piece of shit.
It's a piece
No
of
more.
shit.
I don't care.
No more BMWs.
And we're-
Yeah.
So what did you get me then for my, I think it was
Wasn't a
Christmas or my
BMW.
birthday.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is because it's for you.
Oh, totally. I mean,
Yeah.
my husband, he bought me a car.
Right.
All, like, he just bought this for me.
It's
and
like, look what I got.
I don't need to be a trophy wife when
Yeah.
I can work and then have my husband buy all my shit for me.
Yeah.
So he bought me this really cool Yukon Denali, put the down payment down, and then
Is that the one out here?
immediately, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Immediately handed me the bill. So then I started paying for it. And
Here's your payment.
yeah, I was like, wait, you bought me the car? He's like, oh yeah, look what I bought you. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. I have to
Didn't
pay
even
for
need you
this.
to co-sign
No.
it on it or anything.
Yeah, now cars I've co-signed for this guy. And then again for my birthday, some other surprises that came out. I got
Yeah.
a 6-inch lift.
Oh, perfect. Just what
I
you
didn't
needed.
even know I wanted it.
Yeah.
35 BFGs.
Yeah.
Hello. What girl doesn't want that? I'm sure there's some really badass girls out there. I
Yeah.
just didn't know I wanted it.
Right.
Oh, and then a Magnuson supercharger.
Yeah.
Now she's a
Weird.
beast.
Oh, you
I
supercharged that thing?
Love her. Oh,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
She probably runs good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
It'll boil the 35s.
Oh, good.
She's just not a cheap date.
Yeah.
No. I was taking
She's
her
like,
back
gas.
and forth. Yeah.
We need it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you just turned me on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your
Look
wallet
at the
out,
time.
princess.
Gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was driving that for a while back and forth to work, my 25-minute drive / mile drive. And no, that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Mostly Herbert, he's like, we don't have the money to afford the tires. You got to stop driving that thing. Plus, the paycheck wasn't happening for the gas. But I love that thing. We've loaned her out a few times. A few people have gotten to drive her. That she's awesome. She's beautiful. She is the big mama jamma for the dog. She's a dog car.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but the dogs probably love it.
Oh, the dogs love it. It's
Yeah.
like king bed for them back there. I put cushions, or what do I put down? Those
Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Tempur-Pedic
Jesus
mattresses for dogs.
Christ.
I put toys back there.
Yeah.
They got water bowls. Oh yeah, no, those dogs they got a pretty cush life. And then we moved into a BMW X5, which is also another dog car. Probably a lot of people would think that that's a little overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, they're happy.
It's not just a base model X5 though, is it?
No say?
I mean, I can talk to you about healthcare, but I can't talk to you about cars.
No, it's an M50.
Yeah.
So,
That's the one you went to like Tennessee or something to get?
no, that was my car.
Oh.
No, we bought that. That was a previous year's model at Bill Pierce. And
I didn't even want this, by the way.
Like
Again,
20
not a
27
car
It was
I
your
wanted.
birthday.
It's my birthday. Guys.
like 27 people had like test driven this thing, and no one wanted to pony up the cash. But then it became last year's model, and we were shopping for Mimi for a Porsche, and I was like, well, you loved your X5. Let's go drive an X5 before we go drive a Porsche, because they're half the price. And we
Right.
drove the X5, and she didn't like it.
Oh, really?
She didn't like it. And then we drove the GTS Cayenne. She's like, oh no, I think I could get over the chocolate brown interior because I really like the Porsche because the cockpit's like a cockpit. Okay. But after I test drove it with Mimi, I was like, honey, you got to drive this thing.
Yeah. This
So we
seems
go
like
down
us.
the dealership.
I
Yeah.
think I told this story.
I'm like, honey, we gotta go. Let's go take. And like someone else had just finished a test drive, and they're dropping the price to get rid of this thing because it's last year's model. And she gets in it. We're making the right hand turn out of the dealership parking lot, and she drops the hammer. And I was like, I guess we're not gonna let it warm up.
I don't know. I don't.
She's
We
like,
wanted to buy this one,
she's like,
remember?
this thing's pretty zippy. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. That's why I brought you down. She liked it. She bought
She
it.
liked it, yeah.
Yeah, and I pay for it.
Yeah.
You do.
I have yet to get a free car.
Yeah.
That has not happened yet.
Yeah.
I've signed on a few cars.
He might be screwed. He might be screwed on that deal.
I signed on a truck before I got a ring.
There you go.
I cried in the parking lot.
See, I've always had the good credit in our relationship, but Haley's the same way. Like, she doesn't. I don't buy her cars. She pays for all of her own stuff. But it was funny because when she wanted to trade in the BMW and she wanted to get a Genesis. And at first I was trying to talk her out of the Genesis, and then I went and drove it with her, and I actually really like it. I love the car. We took it to Great Wolf Lodge this weekend. It's a very fun car to drive. It's very roomy. But the lady was like, yeah, so your wife called me, and she was wondering, like, if you can co-sign. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And she's like, okay. So she got my social security number and all this stuff. And then she's like, oh, Mr. Stursa. She's like, how many month term would you like? I was like, yeah, I got that white people credit, girl. Like, fucking, we're good. Yeah. Haley's rocking like a 420 or something.
I used to have good credit, not till I met this guy.
Yeah.
I 2010 met him, and then it just went downhill.
Downhill, yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Haley and I got married, and my credit dropped like 150 points.
Yep. Don't get shared credit cards.
No, don't. Haley,
Worst idea.
I was like, Haley, how are you in collections right now?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not. I was like, the fuck you aren't? And she's like, no, I'm not. And I was like, you have a Wells Fargo credit card from 2008 that has a $900 limit, and it's been closed since 2009. And she's like, oh yeah, me and my friend like took out credit cards and we just went shopping. I was like, God damn it, woman.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
I'm still paying on one right now.
Your score's not that bad, is it?
I think yours is actually better than mine right now. I literally think I got like
She had to sign on everything. Yours is great.
Dude, I get this. You know how bad it is? I don't even pay attention. I get DocuSigns that come through the mail, and I just start signing them.
Yeah.
I don't even care what they are anymore.
Yeah, but
I know
that's like buying like a
idea.
$250,000 piece of equipment or something.
Yeah. No, that's what it is.
That's what it is now, because we recently went from like a sole proprietorship to an S corp, and Haley owns 51% of it, and but she has no idea what's happening. And same with her business. Like I don't involve myself in the salons at all. It's not my problem. She'll figure it out. But I just send her DocuSigns all the time, and she's like, "What's this for?" I was like, "Just fucking sign it," and she just signed it away. Yeah.
I figure if something happens, I'll figure out a way to get back to it.
When they take the house from us, that's how you know we're bad. Other than that, we're here.
And that's why I tell them, just as long as the house mortgage is paid, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just need the mortgage to be paid.
Yeah.
I'll figure out the rest. I mean, we put in for both, but still, I'm like, I don't care where you take money. He probably looks at my account more than I do.
I paid your car for a little. I paid all of your cars for a little tiny bit.
No,
tiny bit.
You paid off the Yukon.
You did.
No, I don't think I did.
Oh no, I did. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, so he might have had that car a little bit.
Right.
No, but it's definitely, he pays attention to my account. I don't
know
when
really?
I run out of money. I'm the girl.
No, she's
so
like, oh, my card didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm like, honey, that's so embarrassing. You're not checking your account balance daily?
I don't buy stuff. I just keep swiping it, and then I'm like, oh,
yeah,
denied? We'll try this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they're all cars. They all have money in them. They just maybe not where they should be.
Right. It depends on the day.
It depends on the day. But that's what's nice. You just get on the website and you just move shit around.
That's right.
So do you have a favorite car?
Besides the goddamn neon.
Favorite car? Oh, well, you mean like currently?
No, just in general, like, your favorite car.
Maybe anything that you owned, anything that you drove, or maybe you have a car you aspire to have.
Oh, gosh.
Like something you're like, oh, it'd be really cool to have a
4Runner up the road, but I just look at the color. But I would say
it looks like a fucking fishing lure. Like you drive it by the
it's
Virginia
just a bass
Lake,
boat.
Yeah. All the fish are gonna jump out of the fucking water.
And
like, you know, those things have like 11 horsepower.
It's a 2-for-1 deal.
That is true.
People will be like, she's a badass fisherwoman. I'm like, thank you, and a cool car. No, I'm gonna go what I used to have. I had a Honda Civic hatchback. I think like in 1990. It was a hand-me-down from my sister. I love that car. I think it was the best. Honda Civics are badass. Like they just keep going.
Yeah.
Right? They're cool. Like they go through snow. Like you can put them through anything. And it was a stick shift.
Yeah.
And I thought I was the fucking coolest girl out there.
There you go.
I love that thing.
It had like 80 horsepower.
I had to turn the AC off to go up hills.
Yeah.
They sell with oil leaks. Like, it legitimately was leaking in this guy's driveway, and he still bought it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I didn't lose money on it. Like,
no.
Great.
You won't. Drew's had somebody put like the racks on the top so you put like skis and stuff, but they just drilled through the top of it and then had bolts and nuts sticking out the bottom.
No, I sold it. You should have heard this thing.
It had,
I sold it and I said it's got a little bit of a rod knock. So my brother, he was like, "Oh, let's see if we can do red line shifts all the way home." So he held it until the limiter every gear on the way home. It took, you gotta imagine how long it takes to get to red line when you have 80 horsepower in fifth gear. It's
like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So then you're finally there and it's just bouncing. There's no oil in it.
Yeah.
At that point. So then it just started knocking. So we drained what 1030 was in it, and I just filled it full of motor honey. And
just pure motor honey.
It was like
STP by the quart. That was a $72 oil change.
It was like 90 weight.
Yeah.
And we had a friend just baby it into Reno. Like, he was nervous driving it. Every time he let off, it would just knock like crazy. So you just had to kind of feather it to keep it in its sweet spot. Got it to work. And I had listed it. I said, it's going to need a new motor. It's got a rod knock. And the guy took it for a test drive, and like I was already in the the office or whatever, and I could hear him take off, and you just heard a rod knock. Oh man! And then he called me up about 2 hours after he bought it for. I bought it for $500. I sold it for $1,000.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got your money out of it.
He called me up 2 hours later saying, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need that new motor pretty soon." He's like, it died on my way.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I had a Subaru like that. I bought a Subaru at the lake. It was sitting in some old lady's driveway. It was $200, and I was like, "Well, I can't pass that up. It's $200." I put four $30 tires on it, and I had to throw a battery and an air filter and a fuel filter, and so I was like $100 and a tune-up and tires. I drove that piece of shit for a fucking year.
Was that the Easter egg?
That was the Easter egg.
Yeah.
Metallic blue. And then I put it on Craigslist for like $1,000, $1,200, and book was like $700.
Right.
But you put on Craigslist, whatever. Ask more, negotiate down.
Yeah.
And this dude shows up. I think it was $1,200, and it booked for like $700. And he's like, "Oh, I want to make an offer, blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, you're the first guy to show up." And I had like 27 calls that day.
Right.
And I said, "Well, the listing is for $1,200, and I'll take your number down. And after the other 17 people come by today, I'll let you know." And he's like, "Well, I don't want the next guy to get it." Okay, cool. And everything worked.
Right.
Everything worked. And so he pays me the $1,200, and I loan him the plates so he can take it home. And he's buying it for his daughter. He came with a code scanner to like make sure it was gonna pass smog, and like the car was totally fine. I only paid $200 for it, and drove it a year. And I didn't change the tires or anything else after that. But anyway, so the guy comes back, and I tell every other guy from Craigslist, and I can't delete the ad fast enough to stop the guys from calling me. The guy comes back like 5 o'clock with my license plate, and he is madder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought he was going to shoot me. He's like, "Motherfucker, you cocksucker, blah, blah, blah. You fucking charge me over book." I was like,
Yeah.
well, there was like 17 other people behind you that were going to pay over book. Like, I sold you the car. It was what I told you it was. You paid the money. Thank you for my license plate. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
Like, he was so pissed that he paid over book. Did you not book it out before you came over?
Right. Simple
Like,
KBB.
This is a vehicle that has 4 wheels and an engine with air conditioning and all-wheel drive and 4 seats and seatbelts that work. And it's like in the $1,000 price range.
Yeah.
And you're pissed? That was fucking crazy.
I had a dude show up today, actually. So I was working on a blade outside, and I came outside, and there's a white Ford F-250 parked next to my 1982 Peterbilt. And I was like, it's not my truck. Who the fuck is that? So I look over, and the hood's open on my Pete. And I was like,
someone shopping and not telling you.
Yeah. So I walk over there.
Hey, I'm here.
And there's this old timer that it's not for sale. It's just in my yard.
Oh, he's going to buy it.
Everything's for sale.
That's So I walk up. I was like, "Hey, can I help you?" And he's like, "Yeah."
I'm checking out the Peterbilt.
Like, "Gonna buy this." And I was like, "Oh, it's really not for sale, actually." I was like, I bought it, but it's not for sale. And he's like, "Well, how much you want for it?" And I was like,
70.
I was like, "I don't know. It's not for sale. I use it." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need it." And I was like, "All right, okay." And he's like, "So how much you want for it?" I was like, 30. And he's like, "Does it run?" And I was like, and the funny part is, we literally, when I bought it, it had 4 car batteries in it. So this thing like turns over super slow, like doesn't it has a hard time starting. The truck is mint, but we traded in those 4 batteries, and I use diesel auto electric, and they deliver on Thursdays. So they picked them up last Thursday. They're gonna drop them off this Thursday. I was like, it does run, but all the batteries went to diesel auto electric, and they will come back on Thursday. He's like, "All right, what's your lowest off? What's the lowest you'll take?" I was like, 30, bro. Like, it's not for sale. I use the fucking thing. And he's like,
That's my truck. I drive to the grocery store with
and he's
it.
like, "What do you do with it?" And I was like, I don't know why the fuck you're here, bro. Like, this thing's not for sale. And he's like, "What do you do with it?" And I was like, "I haul my lowboy around when the other trucks aren't busy. When the other trucks are busy, I haul my lowboy with it." And he's like, "So it works?" I was like, Yeah, it works. I was like, it's not a show truck. Like, it's a 1982 Peterbilt. Like, the thing has nostalgia going for it, but other than that, nothing else is going for this thing. Like, she's fucking old, decrepit. The heater doesn't work. The AC doesn't work. Like, nothing fucking works on this thing. We literally use it to move equipment around town. Dash says it's got 10 speed or 15 speed. I was like, no, somebody put 10 speed in it. Why'd they do that? No fucking clue, dude. This is
I don't know that guy.
From 1982 to present, something happened.
But the price keeps going up every time you ask me a question.
What's your bottom line? Like 30,
That's exactly
37.
So I told him, I was like, I'm in this thing like 30, 32. So that's my price range. Well, I hate that def. I was like, yeah, well, you have till 2008 to figure that out. This is an 82, so you probably got some time. And he's like, all right, you got a card? I was like, I got a card. He's like, put batteries in the son of a bitch, and when you get it fired up, let me know. And he just drives off. No fucking clue who he was, anything.
But he got your
Did he
card.
leave?
No, he just took my number and wants me to call him.
And you don't have his number.
No fucking clue who he is.
You gonna put an ad in the random classifieds
to
the guy that
misconnections
looked
or
at
whatever. Yeah.
I love
the guy that drove my truck.
Yeah. No clue who he is,
shit.
whatever. Just stop by. I literally walk outside to work on this blade, and the hood's open on my truck, and there's a pickup parked out there. Yeah, no fucking clue who he was. Which, if I can get 30 grand out of it, fucking awesome, because I paid 15 for it. So we're doing good. But yeah, I was like, I don't want to sell it. Like, I like the truck. It means nothing to me, but
it has a purpose.
It has a purpose, right? Like, it's not a show truck. Like, it just has a purpose. It's our fill-in truck. And he's like, so when was the train changed? It's like, 60 fucking years ago? I don't know, dude. Like, it's been a long time.
Oh, man.
That's good.
Misconnections, though.
That's what I'm saying. I should do a misconnections. That would be great.
I wonder how you'd start that.
I don't know.
You're looking for the old boy, looking for the
Yeah.
old boy who wants a Peterbilt.
Before we get out of here, is there any really fun nursing stories you can tell us without getting in trouble?
Getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's a tough one because I can't say certain things.
Right.
Fun nursing stories. I mean, I talked about the
funny. Yeah.
Oh. No, most of the things that I find funny, everybody else finds really disgusting.
Have you ever
we
caught,
just talked about that.
Have you ever caught jizz out of a cocksocket?
That's very muffled. No, never. Yeah.
No.
Have you ever seen
No.
a worker on the side of the highway and you had to call 911?
No.
Nope.
No, you didn't.
Plead the fifth.
No. Anyway, no,
Have you ever been in a situation where Remza would not transport?
No.
No, that is weird though. Yeah, that you mentioned that.
That's weird. Weird now that I mention that.
No, because it wasn't Remsa.
No, it was Douglas County.
Hey. Anyway.
So we kind of talked about it a little bit before. Drew's wife, we won't mention her name for this principle. But she calls me because she does all of our bookkeeping and paperwork, and she kills it at it. But she calls me. She's like, "Hey, I have some extra time." And I was like, "Okay." She's like, "I'm going to do payroll." She's like, "Is there anything extra you need?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Yeah, we have to C-section this girl, and she ate, so we just have to wait till she goes to the bathroom." And I was like,
But that's like that's easy to
didn't need to know that. Just the extra time would be fine if you just said extra. I had some extra minutes. But when she does talk to us, like she says shit like that, I'm like, I don't need to know that. Yeah, like, but the things that come out of her mouth are just things that she expects all of us to hear on a daily basis. And I was like, I don't need to know if somebody has to shit before they get their stomach cut open.
See, I have great conversations with your wife. We talk at dinner about some really bad stuff. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys wouldn't like it, but we totally get in it, and we're eating like salsa, and we're going into those refried beans, and you're just like digging in. You got some cream, sour cream going in there.
Right.
It's falling off.
See, I don't do that.
That's all right.
No, yeah.
I mean, so there used to be a break room in the ER that was right outside of the charge desk.
Yeah.
And the ambulance bay would be on the side, and you would just watch people get flung through that way. And I remember like eating spaghetti and just watching people puke in the hallway and being like, "That's cool, whatever." No, I don't think I have anything super cool.
Nobody lost a limb or anything.
No, I mean I've had sad stories that were cool at the time, but sad at the exact same time. No, I would say it wasn't a personal one of mine, but I had a friend that was a surgical nurse, and she took out like a 12-inch. It's like a 12-inch. It
Butt
looked like
plug.
a
It was a butt plug.
But I'm legitimately, it was like 12 inches, and it
Oh,
was just
boy.
like the pyramid size.
A lot of work there.
You know, you do really wonder.
It was for real, like.
It was
a
legit. I
sex
got the
toy.
picture of it outside.
Yeah, we
of
have
it.
pictures. I have the X-ray I can show you.
No, you don't.
I mean, I don't.
No, you don't.
No,
I
you
don't. I've
Yeah.
seen the X-ray.
Yeah.
But it's each to their own.
I got
Like
corrected.
you should
like,
totally.
No, you don't
Yeah.
have that on your phone.
Yeah.
You should do what you want. I just
Right.
think like you should have like a secondary, like
A
maybe
backup
have an
plan?
attachment to it. When
Maybe
things
like a
go
keychain?
into the
A
rectum,
pull
they
cord?
go in and they go all the way in. You need to have something attached
pull
to it,
cord.
like a pull cord or something that's a little bit thicker on the outside,
garage
so it
door
doesn't go
opener.
all the way in. It's just a good PSA.
That's my
Use the correct ones.
my mother-in-law. It was a ER nurse for forever, and now she's a nurse practitioner at a, what do they call the cardiac
Cardiology.
yeah. But she has the best stories, and same thing, like people just lose stuff up there. I'm like, how do you mean you lose stuff?
I
Is it
sat
really
on a light bulb. I
losing
didn't think it was going to break in my ass.
It seems like those injuries are pretty common.
Crack
No,
pipes.
that's what she said. They're like super common.
Yeah.
It's normal. Yeah. They're like,
had these-
oh, I slipped in the shower and fell on my cell phone, and now it's there.
No, they had a website.
It's an iPhone 15, but it just fell in. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oopsie.
They had a website you could go on to that stuff. I don't remember what it was anymore. It was years ago. I'm sure they still have it. It's
I'm
even
sure,
Like the
yeah.
mugshot
I got some
website.
good advice a long time ago from, I don't know who, Boy Scout camp, and they
Isn't that a weird one?
they tried to push to me. Boy Scout camp? No.
Well, no, it's weird that's where you're going to get this advice.
I got
from.
Yeah.
I got some advice.
I feel like
and-
we're going anal
and-
for some reason, and then it goes to Boy Scout camp. So I do have some kind of problem with it, but let's go on.
Wasn't there a lawsuit?
Yeah.
No,
They didn't touch you, right?
The advice was, don't do anything that you don't want to explain to an EMT later.
That's fair. That's
Like-
That's good advice. Yeah.
How did that happen? You're like, yeah, don't do something.
Well, you see,
have
what
to
happened
explain.
was,
Unless it makes a cool story. And
Yeah.
then you just kind of have to put your pride away and just run with it.
yeah.
You could be that guy that everybody knows that is nameless, but when you hear the story, you're like,
I do know him.
That's
I know
Yeah.
who it
me.
is.
Yeah. That's a squirt gun guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a fucking giant butt plug too.
Yeah.
I can't believe they even sell them that big.
Oh gosh, no! You go to like any of the adult stores, and they've got some like huge things. I don't even know how it gets that big. I mean, I know it does, but still, they're just gigantic.
Hey, there's a you know the meme with he's a black guy, and he's sitting on the bed, and his schlong's hanging
Yeah.
out.
He
and
died.
He did die.
Yeah, he did die. Yeah.
It's like one of the world's largest
Yeah. Schlongs.
appendages.
Yeah.
Oh, so Drew was second.
Yeah.
No, but
Now he's first.
Yeah. Now he's first again.
so there's someone doing metal art that is cutting that out of steel and then they break the wiener, and it's a key hook.
We've had several people order that.
Really?
All the time.
That's great.
Everyone orders that all the. Okay, so I need a rack
No.
of like 6 keys.
So
or 6
Oh, I thought he was
schlongs.
going to ask for the fence. I was
Raul
like, that's not gonna be
fucking
fine.
he ordered all the stickers for the light switches.
Yeah.
So it's the light switch and it flips them on. But the best part is like all of our big Miller welders, you turn on the 110 power on them with the switch, and so he has them all on our. They're just all sitting there. You got to flip it up to fucking turn it on.
shit.
It's great.
I need some key holders, Drew.
Yeah.
Send cut send.
Hit them up at sendcutsend.com. .com.
Just ask for the Torque and Horsepower
Special.
podcast key ring. They also make a door stop. They also make a club for your steering wheel to keep it from turning for
You have a
auto
bottle
theft.
opener?
Bottle
For all the
opener.
heavy mechanics listening, though, they do chain boxes for under the crane. Literally anything that my service trucks take, all the watermelon light brackets, all that stuff is from Sencut Sen. So anything my truck has on it that IMT didn't put on originally is from Sencut Sen. And most of the files are saved because my ability to draw is really bad, and Drew has put them in there perfectly. So
And if you want like custom barbecue tools,
that's true too.
like a
Fencing?
set
Yeah.
of tongs with some giant titties.
Yeah. The best. I sent Drew this picture that I drew out, and it had rounded corners, but I wanted square corners.
He's like,
This-
I traced this for my phone. It's not to scale. Really? I can tell.
He's like,
it's
so
from
what's
a
the
phone."
curvature on the corners? I was like, oh no, it's a square corner. And he's like, what? I was like, that's just my phone. I just traced it out. It has no curve.
You couldn't you didn't want to draw it on
No,
something and then take
it's
a
usually
picture
like
of it.
trying to translate hieroglyphics.
Yeah, it's real rough. He's like, is that a 26 or 28? I was like, fuck, I don't remember actually. He's like, just make 2. Just one of each. We'll figure it out.
We'll try it.
It'll fit somewhere.
Yeah,
Just gotta push a little bit harder.
that's right.
Did you do closing questions yet?
I have not. No. Okay.
It's coming.
So, if someone was to get into your industry, whether it be world travel
Okay.
or nursing,
Okay.
what would you have to tell them?
You know.
Or having their husband buy them cars they have to pay for?
Yeah, but I'm not. Oh yeah, no, I'm there. I was like, oh, no, I'm not tripping away. But, yeah. I would say for nursing, I think that it's, it's a really cool job. You can really go anywhere you want. You can go into business. You can go into anything that you want to do. You are autonomous when you get into becoming, depending on where you're living. Nevada is rural, so we're a little more autonomous here as nurse practitioners or mid-levels. You really can do whatever you want. You can get into business. You can work on a cruise ship. You can go anywhere.
Right.
You can go into the court system. You can go into forensics. I just would say, if you really think that you want to do this, I would absolutely either get into some type of a basic EMT or some type of EMT. Make sure that you're totally fine with the blood and guts, because you're going to have to go through that for a few years. Like, you have to suck it up. You're not a princess. Nobody cares. We don't care what your Stanley looks like. We don't care what your scrubs look like. You have to be okay if you get blood and poop on your scrub. You kind of have to look at it, urine, and be like, okay, that was hour 1.
Yeah.
11 more hours to go. You may not get a great lunch. You are probably going to eat a lot of pizza as a employee recognition, which is awesome. Who doesn't love pizza?
Right.
Nobody, except for you. But I would just say, just go for it. Start. I almost wouldn't even start straight out of high school. I would say get a few years of life underneath your belt to really understand what you want.
Right.
And then do it. It's super rewarding. I really do like my job. I think it's like any job. You're going to have your ups and downs, and you're not going to like it. But it's a really cool job, and I would do it all over again.
I have one question before we go.
Yeah.
What has like I don't want to say AI because that's not the right term, but like has like, I'm trying to think what, like, because we
It
do
is
like
AI.
we do like teledoc with my family.
Oh, no,
is
it's in.
Is that something that has like really been coming into the
yeah.
I'm going
sector?
to walk and take a pee while you have this conversation.
Oh, way to go, Eric! You're a
got-
real fucking pile.
He's like, I know. Thanks.
She got nominated to be on the team for AI development.
Oh,
boy.
shit!
Yeah, but I'm not techie. No, so we do have an AI program coming out. We call it a scribe in a pocket. to our
okay.
patients, because a lot of patients don't like AI.
Right,
Nobody
right.
really likes AI, but I
Yeah.
think AI is really, it's helped immensely. I was a little, one of my patients goes, do you really want them listening to you and, redoing your voice? And there was a minute that I sat there and was like, oh, you're right, it's a terrible idea. And then I realized.
I can literally hear Eric pissing right now.
And then I realized.
It's a good stream, bud.
It's a totally good stream.
Yeah.
No prostate problems there, let me tell you what.
He doesn't have a growing problem. Yeah.
But it was, the minute that patient said that, I was freaked out a little bit. And then I realized, well, I have a voicemail. I leave voicemails. Like, everybody has already copied my voice at this point, so who really cares? It has helped me get home on time. It's a cool program. That's just for notes. I'm not really... I think there's certain things that you cannot let go when it comes to, like, talking to a patient and being able to understand them. There's not really a way that you can just let the computer take over. There still has to be...
For simple things, though, is that something that makes your job easier because you don't have to see people for, if they have a sore throat or whatever? That's...
Oh, we haven't gone that far. This is just for notes. This is just to help us. So, like, I can just put my phone down, my phone program turns on, and I just sit back and I can touch the patient. I can look at them more versus me being at the computer trying to type down what they're saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some AI that's already out there like that. I still don't think that that's the way to go in medicine, personally, for me.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you, but that is one thing that I noticed with, like, teledoc is you have to talk into it for a little bit, and then they'll kind of give you some answers, and if you don't like the answers, then you click a couple more links, and then you get to talk to a doctor over the phone.
Oh.
But yeah, it would, like, if you just have, like, for, like, kids' ear infection, that you can just, like, do your shit on the phone, and they'll be like, oh yeah, he does have an ear infection, and then you can just get your medication.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But does insurance cover that?
Yeah.
Oh. Who's it through? Like, is it just
ours
like
is Anthem.
Anthem? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then most of the time, like, at the very end, you'll have a doctor talk to you.
Yeah.
And they'll just, like, double check everything.
And then they bill you.
And then they bill you. Yeah.
Ba-bing.
Ba-bing, yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For you guys, is it something like that, you're doing technically probably less work. And I'm sure insurance is still getting charged for a doctor visit. Maybe not the same amount, but maybe similar.
Oh, we still bill the exact same way because it's only doing our notes. It's not doing anything else. But I don't. It would be. I wonder what. I'm really terrible at billing. You can ask anybody that helps me bill. They all hate me because I'm like, yeah, it's a 214. Yeah, it's a 213. I don't know.
Somebody
sure.
just
I
send
sent
somebody
them to the
a bill.
hospital. It's definitely a 215. I don't know if they went, but I sent them.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I've learned that like patients are gonna do what they want.
Right.
So you just go with it. Just do their best. I think AI's got a place.
Well, perfect.
We're over an hour.
Sorry.
Yeah, way to go, Eric.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It was a long pee.
That was a long pee. That was a good 5-minute.
We could hear you.
Yeah.
It
could
was
hear it?
The whole fucking time. Even the last little sploosh at the end.
It wasn't 5 minutes.
No, but it was loud.
Like my record's like 49 or 59 seconds.
Wait till you get on that tee. She's going to shrink up. You get a lot more stream.
Is that a torque thing, right? You have to like push it down.
Yeah, you got to push it down so you have more torque.
Peeing further would be cool.
Yeah.
All right, so next time we would love to have you back. We would also like to have Dale back. We'll talk about guns next time.
I love guns.
Now.
Totally. I was totally brought up liberally. Very liberal household. I might even be like blacklisted now in my house.
Oh,
my
perfect.
You might be. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. This concludes before I conclude. torqueandhorsepower.com. Torqueandhorsepower.com.
With an N.
With an N, not an and.
It was taken.
Send a question. I just need one viewer. There's like 4,700 listeners. Email us a question. Like, what do you want to know about? Torque, horsepower, fluffing pillows.
They could do a click and clack.
Click and clack.
Mm-hmm. You did. Oh, look that up.
What's a click and clack? Is that some
NPR,
Yahoo shit?
Click and
Ask
clack?
your dad.
It was
okay.
Yeah, it was
Best show
NPR.
ever.
Like, people would write in like a written letter. My car's making a squeak tick, squeak tick, squeak tick, and they're like, "Well, what kind of car is it?" "Oh, it's a Alfa Romeo 17B."
Sell that motherfucker.
That's probably there's a tear in the fan belt, and the fan belt is slapping on the crank pulley when the fan belt.
Oh, that was
goes
a thing,
by.
huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I never heard that. Yeah.
and they would read it aloud on the radio. I would love some questions. There's enough viewers out there that you're just being lazy if you didn't send in a question.
That's
Here we
helpful.
go. Yeah.
You know what? That makes me want to send in a question right now.
You can't tell me that all of the listeners know everything about everything. I don't know everything about everything. I'm curious. Maybe you ask us a question that we don't know about. We're going to do some research.
If you have any questions about the whorehouses in Nevada, let us know. We'll also let you know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we could give you some
Give
details.
some insight. Yeah.
There's a few locations.
Yeah.
It's legal.
It's
It
legal.
is.
They get tested. Yeah.
This is the conclusion of the Torque and Horsepower podcast episode. Thank you all for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.